The League of Gaming Gentlemen Trophy Quest. I'd buy that for $1.
It's time for the League of Gaming Gentlemen.
Play ball!
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yay!
What's wrong with Dave? Oh my god.
Come on. David's nearly choking to death.
Dave's already dying on us. Come on, Dave. So, hi, welcome everybody to the first proper episode of League of Gaming Gentlemen Trophy Quest. Quick round the room to say hi to everybody. So we have myself, Duane, hello. And we have Stu.
Hiya.
Hiya. And
Hiya.
we have Dave, who is dying quietly at the bottom of my screen. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hello, Dave. How have we all been? It's been a month since we got together, and we've obviously been playing lots of games. But how have you all been generally?
I've okay. Personal stuff as the normal stuff, but you know, I've been okay. I've been trying to be positive and spread that kind of love around. Yourself?
Yeah, I've been good. Just crazy busy with work. It's just like feels like I've not had much time for much else apart from work. It's a bit sucky, really. And Dave?
I've been ill.
Yeah, we know.
What,
Still
man
ill.
flu or, you know?
No, to be honest,
Or Dave flu?
I think this is what we are now, March. We're still March, aren't we? This is the worst. Oh, sorry, Stu. I forgot. This is the worst. I've just been ill. I just seem to have been ill all year so far. Terrible. I had some mystery illness earlier in the year. That kind of went into a cold. Now I've had a sort of cough for 3 weeks.
Have you got COVID?
Yuck.
Have you got COVID? Have you tested for COVID?
Yes.
And have you got it?
And I've been to the doctor.
Oh, okay.
She said, you're going to have to stop masturbating. I said, well, really? She said, yeah, I'm trying to examine you. No, she said I had a virus.
Sake, David.
You remember Family Show?
Family Show, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right.
That's why I said masturbated and not wanking.
Oh, goodness me. Right, okay. Moving on. So, Stu,
Hello.
what have you been playing? What games have been on your non-trophy quest
Non-trophy quest?
turntable?
Well,
We've got a turntable.
Well, it's
Well.
all been about Helldivers.
Yeah.
Helldivers. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
This competition, what we're running, it's all about getting trophies, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Platinums.
Yeah,
and,
doesn't count.
No chance.
Doesn't
okay.
count.
Because I've got the platinum. Woo!
Well done. Well done.
Yes, and it was it was a little bit of a slog at the end, but you know, I had my boys Martin, Tumshi, and Spinks to help me through, and they managed to drag me through. It's just getting these samples, which was a pain in the arse, but it was fully enjoyable as well. So I've now, is it my 27th platinum on my normal account, not my log account?
You're
Or my
such a
28th platinum.
whore, aren't you?
So yes, I'm very happy about that. Yeah, but I love
And
collecting
this actually,
trophies and
this
stuff.
I think is going to be something we'll talk about a bit later. But I think this is going to be our biggest issue, Dave, is the fact that Stuart is platinum whore.
I only with games I really like. I won't just sit there and try and get a
into
platinum.
him, innit? It's just
Yeah.
No, I've got to correct you there. Only with games I like. So this challenge is going to be particularly challenging, no pun intended, for me, because there's games on that list that I'm not going to click with at all.
We'll see.
And I've got to go and get
We'll
the platinum. And I'm thinking, I don't want to even play this game.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But you know, so anyway, so the games I've been mainly basically playing, apart from the challenge stuff, just Helldivers too.
Yep.
Been playing a little bit of Lego 2K with the lad, and I think that's it, really. Oh, and there's another character called Disney Speedstorm. That's it. I've been playing that as well with him. So.
Mario Kart clone.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, but they are. But you know,
I'm sure they're
Mario,
fine,
so.
but they're just
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're good. They're very annoying, like Mario Kart. But you know, they're all annoying at the end of the day. So that's what I've been playing. Really, watching. Saw Dune 2.
Dune 2.
Dune Part 2.
What did you think of? What did you think of Dune Part?
What an absolute piece of art that film is. It is just incredible. If you like Dune Part 1, you're going to like Dune Part 2. If you didn't like Dune Part 1, just don't even bother going to see Part 2. There's nothing for you there. I do have an issue, though. Is it a spoiler? I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about stuff, so if you're going to be a real snowflake about spoilers, that's all I'm going to say.
No, I don't really want to spoil the film. I mean, the book's very old. I've never read the books, anyways. But it's only a concept of I can't get my head around. Right, you know where you what's it called? You got to disbelieve something. You know, it's like sci-fi, and you got to go.
Suspend your disbelief.
That's it. Disbelief. I can Dune 2. I can suspend my disbelief all over the place, apart from one little bit. Can I talk about it?
Yeah.
Is that okay to talk about?
Yeah.
Riding the worm. Right, okay. I can understand one person riding the worm. Just about. I can get on board with that. My problem. How the fuck do you get on the worm? How the fuck do you get off the worm? Oh, I'm swearing, sorry. How the gosh do you get on the worm? How the gosh do you get off the worm?
It showed him getting on the worm, didn't it?
Hang on. No, not really. I think you die in that process.
It is explained a little more in the books.
Okay, and then this is the biggest part I've got now.
How do they get all the people on one worm?
Yes, that's the one.
And
and the royalty and all that, and on the back. And then how do they get them off? Is there a worm station? Do they just stop it? Do the worms go underground as well? I'm thinking, how do they stop them from going underground?
No, that is actually explained in the books, and it's kind of shown in.
Is it with the hooks?
So it's the hooks. They pull up the flaps, and then it's it kind of exposes the underskin. So then the worms won't go underground because it's too abrasive for that part of their skin.
Even you explained. I can't. No, that's the only bit of the film which I'm going. I can't get on board with that one. I'll ignore it. Well, so I did. I just ignored it, and it went away, and I was happy.
No, it's fine. I loved it. I went to see it. I went to see it on my own, and I was like one of three people because I went on a Monday morning. So I was like one of three people in the theatre. It was great. My only criticism of the movie is, and this probably sounds a little bit petty, but Christopher Walken, as amazing as he is,
I know,
was a bit too Christopher Walken.
He wasn't he? He didn't actually really say fat lot either.
But he was just like, that's just Christopher Walken.
Yeah. It was.
I mean, everything else was amazing. I loved. I thought it was great. I'm really looking forward to see how he deals with Dune Messiah because I've heard he's going to move on to Dune Messiah.
He'll get the green light for that one, surely.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. Have you seen it, Dave?
Yeah, I went.
Good.
My son wanted to go and see it actually, which was brilliant. So we went to see it together. It was great. I think I preferred the first one slightly. He preferred the second one.
I think there was more action in the first one, believe it or not, even though there was that big fight scene. But I think it was that one epic battle, where they were taking out all of the starships. And it was just incredible, and they were like running it was brilliant, that bit in the first one. I mean,
it's great. It's a great film. I just found the first one a bit easier to follow.
Yeah,
there was a lot going on in the second one, and I think it sort of rushed a little bit towards the end.
Oh, I found the second one easier to follow for me, which is weird because normally I wouldn't do that.
But it was great, wasn't it? They're both
absolutely
They're
fantastic.
both amazing.
So the crux is, as I said, if you like Dune Part 1, there's no reason for you not to go and see Dune Part 2. No reason at all. If you didn't like it, you're not going to miss anything.
It's not for you.
Stay away. It's not for you.
It's not.
And
anything else?
TV. Now, I don't actually watch TV normally, but I did this time, and I binged it. It's called The Gentleman.
That's the thing on Netflix.
Guy
Ritchie thing. Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't watched it.
Proper. I didn't. To be fair, I didn't even know it was Guy Ritchie before I started watching it, and I was watching it going, "This is really familiar." This seemed the whole style, and then I looked at the credits. Oh, it's a Guy Ritchie joint, right? And it's brilliant. Couple of little quirks with it. It's a great, it's the twist at the end's a bit. It is rubbish. The twist, but you're not. It's more about the journey than the actual ending of it. I won't spoil it anyway. That one, there's no spoiler there.
How many episodes is it, Stu?
10. It's only 10.
Hour?
And they're about an hour each as well. They're just over. But there's a female lead in there, and all the Guy Ritchie films, like everybody's all like cool and they're constantly cool. But you spend so much time with these characters because it's a TV series. You can't believe that somebody can talk like that all the way through and be serious. At the end, I was just like not taking it serious because I was thinking, you really wouldn't talk like that, because if you did, you would have no friends, or they would just rip the pee out of you. So. But apart from that, it is brilliant, and there are moments where there's twists within the program. When I say the ultimate twist is a bit rubbish, that's the only one. But there are twists in the actual program through the journey, and they're really good. And it's really enjoyable. And at times you're thinking, "Oh, I can't believe that's just happened! Oh, what an idiot!" So it's very good. Highly recommend it. So yeah, and that's me, I think.
Okay, Dave. Dave, what have you been playing apart from Quest games?
Nothing.
That's short and sweet. Thanks.
That's all I've been playing, because you two have fucking. Okay.
We'll leave that for later. We'll leave that for later.
Cross that later. Okay. I've just been playing games that I have to play. I've been playing no optional games. Put it that way.
Okay, short and sweet. Not even any Helldivers 2?
Oh, that one?
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that one, Stuart. To
be honest, I really like Helldivers still. I haven't played it for I haven't played it for a month. I've just been coughing.
Is it because you've been designing spreadsheets? Is that what it is?
It's beautiful.
It's taken a bit of time.
It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful spreadsheet.
It's a beautiful piece of art.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think next you should adapt some classic sci-fi novel and create your next piece of art as a movie.
We need some bar graphs in there, by the way.
Yeah, some bar graphs, bit of pie chartage. Oh yeah.
I need to show it to the community tonight, but I'm nervous.
No. See, you just let it be free.
They'll laugh at it.
The thing about art is you just have to let it, and then let it become part of public domain.
They won't laugh at you, David. They'll laugh with you.
It'll be fine.
They're with you.
They'll laugh at me.
With you.
I don't know. Right. So games. We'll talk about the games then when we get to that bit.
Yep.
I've watched 2 things on the telly. 3 Body Problem. Have you watched that?
Yeah, I haven't, because I read a review saying it wasn't great.
It's not great.
So, yeah, I've watched the first half of the first episode and just looked at it and went, they've thrown a ton of money at this, and without being disrespectful, it's so English it hurts. It's just Doctor Who, but not with Doctor Who in it. And now, funny that because it's obviously written by, is it Steve Moffat? Is it who does he write it, or
what? The 3 Body Problem.
Yeah.
No, 3 Body Problem is the guys who did Game of...
Anyway, it just reeks of that, and it just reeks of that typical English sci-fi.
Okay, so this is...
It's okay, don't get me wrong, and I know there's a market for it, and it's not for me, so I'm not insulting anyone in that, but...
bugbear of mine.
Yeah, but it's just like...
Things that should be good but aren't, because they are. And I'm going to say, there's a phrase I use, and it's to BBC. So...
Yes.
So
yes,
things
absolutely.
like Doctor Who could be so much better if they weren't so BBC. They did an adaptation of his Dark Materials with HBO, and I kind of had good hopes. I watched one episode. I was like, no, it's too BBC.
Okay.
They did Good Omens, like they adapted Good Omens on Amazon Prime.
Like that.
To BBC. The book is amazing, but it was just to BBC, and I it's really hard to quantify like what I mean by that. But it's like
I know what you mean,
thing.
Ryan.
And it's like, just anyway. So, Three Body Problem is actually a Chinese book, a science fiction book, I think, and the TV show has been adapted by the guys who did Game of Thrones. Benioff, guys. Sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. And I think the book is finished, so there's not going to be an issue of them running out of things to adapt, so they won't fuck up the end. But I've heard, but I've heard that there's a Chinese version adaptation which is way better.
Ooh,
if you can find that.
I think what they've tried to do, because it's quite hard sci-fi. I like a bit of hard sci-fi.
Same.
But hard sci-fi can be a bit cold, can't it? A bit not
Yes.
particularly engaging and a bit scientific and all the rest of it. So I think what they've done is they've tried to sort of sex it up a bit. So they've put some good-looking people into it.
I thought that.
And
was that
Sam.
one scientist.
And don't forget
no,
Sam.
was that one scientist going, "You're not a scientist."
Yeah,
sorry,
so there's a
you're not
bit of that.
scientist.
To be fair, I think you've got to do a little bit of that just to keep people interested. I'm all for it. They've spent a load of money on it, as you said. It is an interesting story. I would recommend it. It's not the best thing ever, but I would recommend it. But there's a bit with a boat, which is like episode 4 or something, I think. Which is one of the craziest and best things I've ever seen on telly. It's brilliant, that bit.
I will.
You can't just
watch
watch
the
that,
rest
you've got
of
to
it.
watch the lead up to it. But that bit is, there's like 20 minutes where I was agog. That's a word, isn't it? Agog?
Agog, yeah. Yeah, agog.
That's it.
Like ordinary. Ordinary's a word.
Okay.
yeah. I was agog with what I was seeing. So I would recommend that.
Okay.
What I wouldn't recommend is this bit of sacrilege, the other bit of sacrilege that I've seen, which is a remake of one of my favourite. It's in my top 10 favourite films ever. It's probably in my top 5, to be honest.
Are you talking about Roadhouse?
I am.
Because I heard somebody said, "Oh, it's really good," and I'm like, "Is it?" Because I've also heard that it's not. So
I haven't heard
views,
anything about
Dave,
it apart from the
David.
publicity photo with what's that actor's name
Gyllenhaal.
Jake
with
Gyllenhaal.
all the pecs.
He looks, to
all
be
of
fair,
them.
he's in shape. He is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got, he's steroided himself right up for that, or whatever they do. I don't know. Eat egg whites, don't they? I don't know. Well, the problem with it is it bears no similarity to Roadhouse.
Is it a TV series or is it a
No,
film?
it's a film.
TV.
It's a film.
Okay.
No,
Is
it's
it
a film.
film?
Yeah.
Film. Okay.
It's got Conor McGregor in it, which doesn't help because I think he's a bellend.
I hope he doesn't listen to this because he's coming for you.
I can safely say that because he'll never know that he'll never find out that I've said that about him, will he? So
I'm going to tweet him
That's
later.
okay.
And say, my mate Dave reckons you're a bellend.
he would just come round here and fill me in. He would. That's the sort of bloke he is, and he'd just fill me in. So I hope he never finds out about that. But it's. See, have you guys seen the original Roadhouse?
Yeah, God, well, not
Yeah.
for a long time, but yeah, I saw it when
I wouldn't-
like in the 90s when it like
I can't really remember it. And
No,
I don't think
1989 it came out. Patrick
Yeah, I
Swayze.
watched it.
Sir
yeah, it's
Patrick
good.
of Sways.
it was good.
Sam Elliott's in it. Sam Elliott is cool as fudge in it. It's just, I just love that film. It's just a brilliant film. It's got Kelly Lynch in it. She's the love interest. She's really sexy. Gets her boobs out, gets her bum out. It's just a brilliant bit of.
So how have they ruined this film? Oh, yeah, have they ruined it?
Well, it didn't need it. Just there's only 2 things that are the same in the film. One of them is the main character's name, Dalton. That's one thing. The other thing is there's a roadhouse. That is it.
Okay.
That is it. Other than that, it's completely different. So it didn't need to be.
So it's like Final Fantasy VII remake.
Maybe I don't know. It just didn't. It didn't need to be a roadhouse. Do you know what I mean? It didn't. They could have just called it something else, called him something else, and that would have been it. And they could have left the original roadhouse intact, and I would have been happy. But it's just not a good. It's not a good film.
So this kind of brings me to something I was going to sort of bring up. So when I went to see Dune 2, there were 4 trailers. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, which I probably will go see. It looked like it could be fun.
Shit, Barry.
Whatever. A Godzilla one, a Planet of the Apes, and a remake of, like a rehash of The Fall Guy.
That looks awful.
But this is my thing. It's like there wasn't one single original idea, story, something which wasn't attached to something that had existed before. Are we at this point now where there's nothing new?
They use it, don't they? So the Fall Guy that you've just mentioned, I haven't seen that, but I've read some reviews on it, and it says that the only thing that's the same is, again, the guy's got the same name. What was the guy called from the Fall Guy? Come on.
I can't remember. I remember the TV show, but I don't remember what he was called. He was called
Colt Seavers.
Colt Seavers, that was it.
Colt Seavers. So, the guy's called Colt Seavers, and he's a stuntman. That is it. So they could have called that
anything else
and not add it within that universe at all, but they do it because it earns them a few extra quid at the box office.
Brand familiarity, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why there's so much of it about, I think.
Yeah, and I just think
and also remember, films, it's like games. A lot of people think they're just made in minutes. You know, they think of an idea there. But these have been probably in production or probably in design for like 6 or 7 years and trying to get funding. And then, they've relatively quick to make when you've got the funding and all that kind of stuff. But it's that. So really, we're about 5 years behind if you think about it. So they're trying to think of what's going to appeal. And games is even worse, as you know. So I don't know. Maybe is it all these films are all developed around the time of a writer's strike, so therefore they didn't have to come out with new concepts. They've got the core framework in place, and now they're just writing some words around it to make it work quicker.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe that's what it was.
Well, they're just cashing in, I think, getting a few extra quid.
Yeah, possibly.
People that remember the stuff from the 80s or whatever.
I mean, and nostalgia does sell. It really
that's
does sell.
True.
So
it's very true. Weirdly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so is that you on your watched and played?
That's me.
Dave?
That's me. What about you, Duane?
Okay, so playing, apart from the games we have to play, I've just Helldivers 2. I think last time we met, I said I wasn't going to get it, or I might get it. I got it. Do
you like it?
And I have not played with you once yet, Duane.
No, I played with James once. And he chose like a ridiculously hard thing, and it was just crazy. And it was just me and him, so that was crazy. I've played with, I think, some other guys. I think I played with Tunshi. I think he jumped in with me whilst I was waiting to get on with my sister and her husband and one of their friends. And I've only played with them like properly. It's okay.
It's more than okay.
You're not. It's okay.
I'm not saying you're not playing it right. It's
okay.
The best bit about this game is when you're in a squad with people you talk to, and
I do with my sister.
With people,
and we have a laugh.
Really serious.
But that's where, for me, that's where the enjoyment is with the people I'm playing with, rather than the game itself. So the game could actually be anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Oh,
the game's okay. The game's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's okay. I don't hate it.
It is a one-trick pony. It is.
There's one joke.
Very same.
There's one joke, and they milk that joke quite a lot.
Which is?
It's the whole democracy thing, liberty, democracy.
Oh yeah, but it's
fine. But yeah, and it reminds me of Starship Troopers, so that's a good thing. That's the whole point.
My favourite thing on the internet at the moment, or some parts of the internet, where they're actually kind of boycotting the game because they actually think it's a far-right propaganda machine. For real.
No, it's satire.
What?
That's a really...
It's satire.
I know.
Well, that's the thing. In America, apparently, Starship Troopers, the movie, got a lot of... People didn't like it because they didn't get that it was satire. Well, that's because you're American. Sorry if we have any American listeners. I don't mean you. Obviously, you have outstanding taste in content, which is why you're listening to us.
We've hardly got any English listeners.
Shush. But generally, Americans are a bit dim, aren't they? Let's be honest. If they don't
I'm
get
not
that
saying
Starship
anything.
Troopers
You're the one
is
who's saying this,
satire-
Dwayne, not us.
No,
I would say
no, they are. Oh, because so somebody shared this. It's really funny. Have you seen that chart of like animals that people like? It's like Brits versus Americans about what animals they think they can win against in an unarmed fight. Have you not seen this?
No.
So there's like things like a rat. So yeah, most people think they can like win against a rat in an unarmed fight, like or a small dog or a goose. And obviously, as things get bigger, like the numbers go down. There are Americans who think they can win in a hand-to-hand combat with an eagle, a lion, and a grizzly bear. So
I fancy my
An eagle,
chances
maybe.
against an eagle.
an eagle, yeah, I mean, although it's got advantage of like being able to like. get
I
away
wouldn't
from
come
that
out.
and-
I
and
wouldn't
dive
come
on.
out unscathed.
But a lion,
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't.
no,
I
but a
reckon-
lion and a fucking grizzly bear. Sorry,
No.
grizzly bear. No way. Oh my god, really? Really?
Well, maybe they're proper survivalists and you're just a wimp.
I could.
No,
could
realist.
Definitely
Realist.
I could definitely do a badger. I'd be really confident against a badger.
Yeah, I think a badger. I think I'd be okay. I think I'd be okay.
What's the biggest animal you would beat in a fight, Stu?
A pigeon.
I don't know. What a bizarre question to ask.
Good question.
Right, I'll go for a small yapper type dog.
Small dog.
Cat.
Cat. You think you could win
Yeah,
against a cat?
anything which you can actually overpower because you're bigger than them. Like, not a bear, which could be bigger than me. Sod that.
Anything
no.
you can pick up, it's game over, isn't it? If you can pick it up, you can slam it on the ground. That's it.
I don't know, though. A swan. Break your arm. Think about it.
No, that's not
Yeah.
true, though, is it?
No, but I love that. Everybody says that. Oh, break your arm.
Stay
away
just
from
grab
it.
it,
Yeah,
grab
break
its
your
neck, couldn't you, and just snap its neck?
Ah, but it'll break your arm.
Break
Yeah,
your
No
arm.
matter what you
It'd
do.
be dead, though,
Break
wouldn't
your
it?
arm.
So you've won the fight. The swan's dead. You've got
But you'll come out with a broken arm.
You've won. What's the biggest animal
Anyway.
you can fight, Duane? Come on,
Oh,
Yeah,
just
me.
what can you do? What can you do, Dwayne?
Okay, so probably maybe like
I can't believe we're even having this discussion.
maybe not that I would because I'm an animal lover, but maybe like a medium to biggish sized dog, maybe
Okay, what does that mean?
like maybe like German Shepherd.
There are some big ass dogs which look
Yeah,
like
no,
Russell
no,
Size.
if you think- Yeah, maybe like so I possibly could,
Really? An Alsatian?
possibly, yeah, possibly.
Oh, okay.
It would be easier if you owned the dog, wouldn't it? Because you would sort of
Yeah.
you'd have its trust.
Yeah, no, that'd be
So
cruel.
it wouldn't be expecting a fight.
That would be cruel. Yeah, just like something like fight your own dog.
Come here, boy.
Come here, come here.
Oh, that's
The element
cool.
of surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Dogs
Now,
are fucking
anybody
easy
from
to
RSPCA
kill,
is listening. We do sorry, and
This has
we're
taken
not-
a
we
turn.
all love
We're
animals
really
here.
sorry. Oh my god, I would never fight any animal. Apart from
Yeah, you're right because
seagulls.
you're weak. You're weak.
You're weak. Oh my god. So just
Come on,
help. I
Dwayne,
was
get it
going
back
back.
together.
Go back.
Rein us in. Come on, for
Yeah,
Christ's sake.
go on. You're the host. We're losing.
Rein us
We're
in,
losing
mate,
the grip
come on.
now. Come on. Come
I
on.
don't even know what happened there. It's like we digressed ridiculously. I don't even know where we
You're
were
the one
to
who digressed
I
about
don't even
punching
know where we were to
bears.
Yeah,
start
you
with.
Yours.
started it, Dwayne. You said I
Yeah.
want
Just
to
like
fight some animals. That's what I did.
I was talking about Americans being dim and Helldivers. Yeah, Helldivers, it's okay. Back to Helldivers 2, it's okay. I mean, it's functional.
Oh, I
works.
want to play with you, Dwayne. I think
It's,
it's, you know.
Well, they did have a funny moment the other day when I threw a stratagem, and it was one of those, like, one that deploys mines, and I thought I threw it at, like, a big Terminid thing, but my sister's husband was actually in the way and it landed on him. So
Oh,
he was,
and it
he was
followed
running around and he was running around going, why does it touch me? Why does it touch me? He died.
Exactly, and they're the moments. Oh, let me
Um,
tell you about this one moment. So I was playing the other night with Tumshy, Martin, and Spinks, and we got a load of samples, and we did a lot of dying because it was really hard. Anyway, Tumshy managed to pick them all up, so he had all the
Of
samples.
course he did.
Oh.
Of course he did.
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah,
but
of
like
course,
somebody had to pick
Tumshy,
them all
yeah.
up. That it's true. Tumshy had all the samples. He had about 90% of them. Anyway, I was standing at the evac, and I was using an arc shotgun, which I've never used before, not thinking that the arc goes everywhere. And so Tumshi was right next to me. I shot because there was a bug right next to him. The arc hit Tumshi, killed him, and then at that point I accidentally stepped back onto the ship and we took off. So we couldn't even get Tumshi back in to get the out samples. And then my name was just mud.
Yeah.
For days of that. I'm the one who like steals all the samples, basically. Lets them all go. So anyway, it's those moments. It's those fantastic moments of just stories. They're great. So.
And I hate robots. Absolutely.
Oh, they are annoying, but there are tactics to deal with them. You just have to deal with them differently.
Just do the bug levels and let other people deal with them. That's been my tactic.
No, you got to protect Super Earth though, mate. You can't just always do bug levels.
Spread that democracy.
You've got to spread it.
Got to spread that democracy. As far as watching, so Lydia and I have been watching quite a lot of older movies on Disney Plus and that. So we watched
Debbie Does Dallas.
No, that's not on Disney Plus. You got a different Disney Plus to us, mate. So yeah, we just like over time we've just been kind of like revisiting like old things. So we watched some absolutely ridiculous things. So we watched like Romancing the Stone. I don't know if you guys remember.
Oh
that
wow,
from,
yeah, I remember that.
My god, and the Jewel of the Nile. First one was
went to see it at the cinema to see those when I was a kid.
God, that's just put an age on you, mate.
I know the film you're talking about, Duane. Actually,
yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Well, that helps.
What, Romancing the Stone?
No, are you talking about like a kind of a remake of it?
No.
You're talking about the actual
saying about the films he's watched?
Yeah, we watched Romancing the Stone.
Right, sorry, I remember that film.
Okay, well done. I'm glad. And then the other week we watched Terminators 1 and 2, and she was like, they're really good. They're really, really good. Like, some of this, like, the special effects are a bit sort of shonky compared to stuff. Yeah. But as a story, it's still fucking amazing. Sorry,
Terminator 1 is still a great
Terminator,
film.
Like, it is a great film. And I've not seen any past that. I just went, nah,
1 is
I'm
still
done.
better than 2. Yeah, 1 is still better than 2 in my opinion.
Well, I kind of have this issue with 2.
What issue do you have with 2?
As far as time travelling goes, it doesn't work.
Spoilers.
No time travel films work.
No, they do.
They don't.
No, they do. Some work, some do. Back to the Future was fine.
No, once you take into account the movement of the Earth,
time
travel film works.
Well, you've got to kind of ignore that. That's fine. But the whole point of it's real massive spoiler heavy now for Terminator. If people haven't seen Terminator. The person who gets sent back from the future to protect Sarah Connor is the father of her son, John, who sends the person back to protect her. Oh my god!
I didn't know that.
But what?
Yeah, I know, right? But in the second one, they changed the future. You can't change the future, because if you change the future, then he won't come back. So then he won't be born. So it's like this whole paradox thing. So it doesn't work. They use the circular theory rather than the tangent theory. Back to the Future uses tangent theory, and Terminator uses circle theory. So what happens, happens. You can't change it. But they changed it. But it doesn't work. But moving on.
Is your missus from another planet, then? Is she an alien?
No, she's just younger.
Films, She's younger. Terminator. She's gone, I've never seen this film. What's going on?
She's younger, mate.
What do you mean she's younger? What's she, 8?
Not that fucking young. She's 31.
I don't understand it. Okay, maybe.
Remember, Duane's only 33, so he's not that much older, you know.
He looks 33, doesn't he?
He looks 80, but, you know, we don't say that to him.
Lovely. And I've just made a list. Shogun on Disney Plus is amazing.
I've heard good things about that, actually.
It's so good. So good. And it's got a couple of people from Lost, and it's got Guy Liner. Oh my god, I was watching it. I was like, it's Guy Liner! Do you know who I mean with Guy Liner? Nestor Carbonell, who played... I can't remember the character he played, but he's like the Portuguese character, but he looks like he's got like really dark eyes. So he just got called Guy Liner. And then it's also got the Japanese guy who was in like the last couple of seasons, whose name also I can't remember, the main Japanese character. But it's really good. It's really good. So highly recommend. People who haven't watched Shogun, Disney Plus, do. I'm not saying anything to spoil. It's just great.
Can I just interject a second? I forgot to mention something. I was been watching Echoes as well.
You've had your chance, mate.
I watched Echo. It's fantastic. Disney Marvel really good. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, cool. We also watched a couple of movies, which are kind of a bit more up to date. Palm Springs on Amazon Prime. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
With the guy from Brooklyn Nine.
I convinced my then 15-year-old son to watch that with me and my wife. Said, "Come on, Dan, watch this."
It was all right.
Well, I think the first scene he's bloody shagging, and the second scene he's wanking. And my son's
I was like, well, it's just awkward.
My son's like, "I'll go in." I said, "All right, son, yeah, go on." And he just went. He left.
That was it, though. That was
to watch it in another room.
Yeah, but
it gets better.
But yeah, it was fine. I enjoyed it. It was silly, but I enjoyed it. And we also watched. I can't remember what it was on, but it's called Barbarian. It's a horror movie, and it's got the guy who plays. Is it Bill Skarsgård who plays Pennywise?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the first couple of acts. Yeah, and then as with most modern horror movies, the third act was just like, what the fuck? Seriously? Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell? It's like, so there's another one with Tony Collette. Tony Collette was amazing. Hereditary. Great movie for the first 3 quarters, and then you hit the final act and you're like, really?
I've got a theory about horror films. So I do find horror films scary, and I sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't. But they're only scary for me whilst the mystery is still there. Once the threat is revealed, they stop being scary, if you know what I mean. So that Barbarian is a good, once you realise what's going on, and it's the same with all horror films, once you realise what's going on, the scary factor goes for me.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, actually. I think that's everything. We watched True Detective, the first season of True Detective. Quite enjoyed that. Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Sublime. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Really good. Really enjoyed it because that was like from
second
2006.
Season makes no sense.
Yeah, we've heard like it kind of goes a bit downhill after 1, so we're not sure if we're going to continue. But
what's 4? What's 4? Actually, the other
watch
week.
4.
4 was good.
Okay, well, I might say let's just do 4 because I heard 2 wasn't.
3 is supposed to be good. 3 is supposed to be good.
Okay, well, maybe we'll sort of jump back, skip 2 and jump on to 3. Dune 2, we've discussed. That was great. Just to reiterate, it was great. 2 hours, 45 minutes of great. That's all I'm going to say. It was just...
And didn't it just fly by? Didn't it just go... Bim?
Yeah,
well, for me it did. It was just good.
It was really, really good. Really,
how many times did you urinate during the film?
I did not. I actually... Because I went for quite an early showing. I think it was like 10 o'clock. Normally,
what difference does that make? What?
No,
the film's still the same.
No. Just shush.
I'm going to start pissing until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, normally, because I had to go because the cinema I went to, on the way I went to pick up some coffee beans for our coffee machine. And normally, when I buy coffee beans from this place, I also buy a coffee. I didn't because I knew I'd need to piss, so I didn't have that coffee because I knew I'd have to sit in the cinema for like 3 hours. So. That's where I was going with that. I didn't leave the theatre. That's what I'm saying.
Stu?
It was great.
Oh, well, I think you protest too much.
Yeah.
I didn't. No, it was too good.
You didn't leave the theatre.
Pissed in a bottle.
How many wheeze did you
3.
Yeah.
No, I had none. I was
yeah,
fine.
it was just I went prepared to not go. I didn't like taking.
Did you just take a bottle with you, Dave?
Yeah.
They always trick me into buying a bucket of Coke on the way in.
Why?
Don't do it.
Are you made of money? Are you made of money?
Don't do
as
it.
Well?
Oh my god.
They say you can have a Coke this size for 15 quid or whatever it is, or you can have a Coke 3 times the size of that for £1 more. And I said, well, just give us the big one then.
Well, it's £1.
Or not have any of it. And
just rude not to.
I can't help it.
Oh, I can't. I don't get anything at the cinema.
I can't watch a film and just not partake in anything.
Well, probably that's why you wee all the time at the cinema.
Well, and it's psychological.
You wee all the time. You wee all the time anyway.
No, I know, but I think in the cinema it's psychological because I think I can't wee, so that makes me. Do you know what I mean? I had 2 wees during June 2.
The forbidden fruit.
How could you leave? What was the point you left?
Yeah, but when
twice
there's an art to it, right? And I'm experiencing this because I wee a lot at the cinema. you get to know the sort of cadences of the film and all the nuances, and you think actually
The rhythms
you feel
and
it.
everything.
You think, do you know what? If I'm going to go for a wee, now's the time.
It's like going to see a gig and you know the song which you're going, that's the one I'm having a wee at.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit of exposition here coming or whatever, or there's a bit of character development. I'm going.
I don't need that. I don't
want
need
any character
narrative
development, me.
No.
and depth of story.
You got to go
I just-
sometime. If you got to go, you
I'm
got
just
to go.
here for the
And I'm not gonna-
explosions.
That is true.
Yeah.
Anyway, listeners, I'm glad you've enjoyed our toilet talk.
This is real middle-aged men issues.
I
It's
tell
not
you,
like
this
you go to the
is
toilet
this is
constantly.
high content. This is.
We're recording a podcast, aren't we? I forgot.
Yes, and we've been recording as long as we have, and I'm surprised you haven't gone to the loo yet.
Wow.
Here we are.
Well,
Anyway. Oh my god. So now on to the reason we're here. So the League of Gaming Gentlemen Trophy Quest, as we've called it, just a brief revision of the rules as they are. There are 9 games, all with selection of trophies available for them. Each one has a different value. So bronze 1, silver 2, gold 3, platinum is 20. So it's all about those platinums, guys. Which is why we're going to have an issue with Stuart being a platinum whore. I think.
No, a platinum. I've already explained.
Plat
Mike.
slag, they call him. Plat slag.
Plat slag.
Is that a family friendly?
Yeah,
Is that a family
absolute
friendly
plat
word?
slag.
Can we use
Oh,
slag?
it's slag because that's like coal, isn't it? Slag. It's like a coal byproduct.
Yeah. So 9 games. We're going to play them. We're going to kind of do them in an order, but we don't have to play them in that order. And if we want to jump on a game early or whatever, as long as we've played the game in time to discuss it on the episode in which we are featuring that game.
Supposed to. Yeah.
Supposed to be. So as long as you've played it to a point where you can discuss the game for that episode, it's fine. You can do them in any order you like. So we'll start with this month's game, which was Stuart's choice. What was your choice, Stu? Robocop.
What
Excellent.
What an interesting game that was. Anyway,
why did you choose Robocop, Stuart?
come on, Robocop 1. Everybody loves Robocop. We don't talk about the other Robocop films. They don't exist. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Robocop
right.
1 is the important one where it means, oh, come on, Robocop 1. I watched it. Was it they re-released it? Was it a 30th anniversary or something? A couple of years back, I went to the cinema to see it. And it was wonderful. But I think I was the only one at the cinema who was clapping at the end like an idiot, you know. But,
You're one of
it's
those
just,
people, are you?
yeah, wonderful. You know, Ed 209 is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely a horrible world they live in. It's I'll buy that for $1. All the newsreels, it's just it's a depressing future. You know, all the police are going to go on strike and all that. And then, interestingly, this game is actually set probably not far after the first. I think it's between first and second film, I believe.
Yep.
Second
I think
and third. It's after the second, just after.
Is it the second or third? Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, because Robocop 2 does
Robocop 2,
like
isn't it?
Robocop
yeah,
2,
yeah,
isn't it?
and I love the first film. It's just fantastic. In my eyes, it's fantastic. Okay, it's got special effects are just dodgy as hell and all that, and it's really corny. But I don't know, nostalgia for me, it just works in that film. It just ticks all the boxes for me.
It's Paul Verhoeven, isn't it? Same guy who did Starship Troopers. It's the same.
Yes,
guy,
it is.
you know,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was-
Dutch guy
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Now the game. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, what's your connection first of all, Duane, with RoboCop? Do you have my sentiments with the
Yeah.
film?
Oh yeah,
or-
very much. So I watched the movie when it came. I actually had like a novelization. Like for some reason, I had which I read. I think even before I saw the movie.
Oh, wow.
I had this like little paperback novelization of the movie, which was just awesome. Yeah, same Robocop.
Wasn't it mad? Can you cast your mind back as well? Like this film was an 18, I think it was, or a
Yeah, I saw
15.
it well
or
before
it
I
must
was
have been a 15 plus, and they sold toys at Toys R Us.
Oh, that's standard
aimed
though,
at
isn't it?
little kids, and it's
That's
just
standard though.
absolutely mad. Because when you watch the film and you see the content, you're thinking, "This is a gory." I mean, and it is gory
it's
film
gory. It's
with
it's
with
violent.
the
It's probably-
acid and Ed 209 just going to town on people and just blood everywhere and things like that. So yeah, that's why I really like the film anyway. So Dave, what about you? What's your connection with the film, or what's your views of the film? The original.
That's a brilliant film. Weird story about that film, actually. My sister, when do we know what year that film came out?
89, 88, 89?
I reckon it was a little bit earlier.
Maybe 87?
Yeah. My
87. Yeah.
My sister took me to the cinema to see something else. I can't remember. There was another film out that was like a kids' film, because I was a kid then. That was full up. So she then tried to take me into Robocop. And the people said, no, he's not watching that. No, absolutely not. So that was my first experience of it, is not being able to get in the pictures to see it, but I was like 13 or something. But when I did see it, yeah, brilliant film, isn't it? It's well, I think we've said it before, the 80s was the best decade for films. Yeah, well,
it had some
gems.
Great movies.
Empire Strikes Back was there, but
so RoboCop.
There's loads of films
Aliens,
in the 80s that are classic.
Aliens,
loads of films, loads.
But then
Back
also
to the Future,
Dirty Dancing.
all of that stuff. Yeah, Dirty Dancing, great film.
No, it's not. Oh my god!
Soundtrack.
I was going to say.
Great soundtrack.
I was going to say earlier on. Patrick Swayze's done some great movies, and Dirty Dancing and Ghost aren't either. On that list.
Snake Plissken. He gets a pass. Doesn't matter.
I don't think Patrick Swayze's made a bad film, to be honest.
Dirty Dancing.
Well, that's a podcast
Ghost.
for another day.
No.
Anyway, back to Robocop.
Yeah, Robocop. Great film. Great film.
Cool. Okay, so the game.
Yes.
Obviously, I was very excited when they announced the game, and I never pre-ordered the game, but I had it on my PSN watch list thing, and about 2 months or a month before it was being released, it got previewed by Digital Foundry, and they're quite meticulous about performance and all that, and they're only reviewing the PC one, and they gave it a glowing review, or a glowing preview, let's say, and it's like very authentic to Robocop at the time, and if you like Robocop, there's no reason for you not to like this game, and so I was very hyped for it. I didn't buy it day one, because I don't know, there was something in the back of my head going, I don't know about this, but I was really excited. So then when we decided to do the challenge and put it on there, luckily I think it had a bit of a discount as well.
It was in the New Year sale, so
and also that's also to be worried about. The game had been released less than a month, and then it already had a discount. But it's like, it didn't matter. I'm going to go for it anyway. So should we go straight into my thoughts of the game, or
let's review it.
Let's give it a bit of a review. Come on then.
Okay, right. So I'll start talking. Obviously, jump in at any point if you want to add your points over there. This game surely was written in 2007, and that's it.
If not earlier.
The way NPCs interact with everything, the way the animation is, the story, it's the most... I'm not going to call it janky, and there's some janky bits in it, but it's just the way it flows and all fits together. It's a very 2007
reminds me
action,
a lot of Fallout, like the
but not a good.
No. I mean, like
kind of.
So, and also, I think one of the notes I made was it was kind of like a glorified walking simulator.
Everybody's gone to the Robocop, I was calling it.
Nah.
Everybody's gone exactly.
It's more than that. It's only because you didn't have a run button. That was it. That was the only...
It's like a very slow... I mean, it was fine because that embodies Robocop, because he can't run, and that was the whole point. It was like a very slow, tanky character. So
yeah.
It was very authentic. As a game, like, representation of the first movie, very authentic. And for that, I really enjoyed that kind of, like, authentic experience of, like, the Robocop universe. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Was it a good game? No. Was it a bad game?
It was there. And you know what? I'm glad I've played it.
Yeah. Will I play it again?
I've got no regrets playing it, and I've got no regrets buying it. Would I recommend it?
For people who really love Robocop,
Yes, that's
Yes.
who I'd recommend it to.
Yes.
If you've got no interest in Robocop or even a passing interest, I would go wait for a really, really heavy disc tape, or it's free or not free. It's part of a subscription service.
It's part of on PS.
Then jump in.
Then
You've got exactly. Then you've got no extra stuff, and I do think it'll probably be on PS Plus or Game Pass eventually.
Oh yeah.
Why
and
wouldn't it be?
It's fun. It's absolutely fun. I enjoyed it. A couple of sort of glitchy points which were kind of more humorous than anything else. I mean, graphically it was kind of solid, but there were like the sound issues. I had real problems with some of the sound. Like there was a point I was in a room and there was a radio on and I couldn't hear the dialogue over the radio.
No,
which was really frustrating. And there was another point which I thought was
2007.
Great. Yeah, there was another point which I thought was really great. Like when you're walking through a corridor with Lewis and she like goes ahead of you, but she's talking, but as she goes away she gets quieter and quieter, then you forget she's talking, and then all of a sudden Robocop just goes, "Pickles!" and you're like, what? What? Oh, right, there's a conversation going on, but I can't hear the other side of the conversation. So, yeah, apart from like little glitches like that, it was
I
good
thought
fun.
that turned into I thought when she went away further, it turned into a radio
No, not at this
conversation.
point. Not at this point. I couldn't hear it. Like, she was
okay.
there in person, so she just walked away. And she was like
okay.
ahead. And I was exploring, kind of like trying to pick stuff, because I didn't want to miss stuff, because obviously I'm trying to like make sure I don't miss any trophies. And then suddenly he just goes, "Pickles," like in his voice. It was just so fun. I'm like, what? Oh yeah,
They got
cool.
him to do the voice, though, didn't they? Peter Weller, they got him back.
Yeah.
They got him to do the voice. To be fair,
Yeah. I mean,
it was so authentic.
The scanning of the people, they were those actors, and they were really. Well, I wouldn't say they were really good. They were good for a AA budget game and very impressive. If that was like, say, probably released by Bethesda, you go mental at them because, like, how much money? Anyway, or whoever like that, or like Naughty Dog or any like studio like that, you just go, hang on a second. But like, you give them a pass as well, because I thought the game was really authentic, as in an old style game. The way you move, the way you interact
like an
with
on
objects,
rails like shooter or something, like a light gun shooter, that kind of thing.
But Detroit, it was a very small version of Detroit. It was more like a little town, but it was really well detailed, and there was lots of things to do in there if you wanted it. You could have chats with. I thought it was just funny. Like, you got Robocop to put parking tickets on cars, or resolve disputes about somebody throwing some litter on the floor, but it was his house, and you're going, well, I've got to give him both a ticket, because like homelessness is an offence, and throwing litter is an offence. So what do I do? And all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I did like one of the secondary characters. Where was it? I forgot his name now. He was the guy who was the informer. I quite liked him, actually. He was, Oh, was that him?
It's Pickles.
Oh, okay,
that's him.
Yeah, I quite liked him. He was all right. He was, he was a guy who's always on the wrong side of the law, but he was trying to make amends and all that. He's doing his best. What did you think, Dave, about the game so far?
fucking hell. Sorry, I mean, flip me. It's weird, isn't it? So, if I hadn't been if we hadn't been getting trophies on it, I would have turned this off after 10 minutes. 100%. I would have just turned it off, because I thought it's not. It's kind of like Robocop, because he's like a tank and he moves slowly and all the rest of it. But I think the way they didn't get Robocop was the aiming, right? So Robocop is a really good aim with his gun, isn't he? Mm-hmm. He's got that gun,
and I'm
not. But in the film, he's sort of shooting behind him, and he's not even looking where he's shooting. Do you know what I mean? He just knows. So
yeah,
the further you progressed in the game, the better it got, because you leveled up, and he was more Robocop-ish as you kind of carried on. Bullets were bouncing off you and all the rest of it. So yeah, the more it progressed, the better that side of it got. I still think they could have done something more with the aiming. So, like an auto lock on or something, just to make you feel like a real badass.
Yeah, because when it highlighted the targets, it just highlighted them. It just go, they're there.
If it snapped to them or something, do you know what I mean? I think it would have that would have improved it. The massive.
Here's a question: did you use any other weapons apart
No.
from your
A
auto
couple of
pistol.
times, and then you think, no, it's all about that
From
gun, isn't it?
So
It's all about that
once,
gun,
once
which
I
they
got
right.
a good chip, and then put the proper augmented chips in it, I had an amazing gun. It was absolutely fantastic, and I
That bit
was good,
did not
doing those
deviate
bits.
from that gun. Pretty
To
much
be
from
fair,
about halfway.
That gun was so OP, completely
Yeah, it
and
was,
utterly. I did pick up a couple of times. The game was ridiculously easy as well. I think I was playing on hard, and it was just easy. It was just an easy game, and I'm not a good gamer at all. And it was just there was people in the room. You go, well, I'm going to kill him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm going to pick up this massive machine gun. Like it's got a, it's
I use that
bolted to the floor and
sometimes,
pick
yeah.
it up. Yeah, or a rocket launcher just to mix it up. But I always went back to my auto gun, and it was the best. I had the augment where I didn't need to reload.
Yes,
it
that's
was,
once I got
think,
that. That was it.
And
Game
well,
changer.
yours though. Yours. Did it do auto firing, then stop, reload, and then do auto firing? No, mine didn't. No, but sometimes it did. So I thought I was bugged because mine was just constant. So you didn't even have to do anything. It didn't even have, and that weapon, when you had that augment, though, it had no armor piercing bullets, but you didn't need any. You just sat there and there was one trophy. We'll talk about a couple of the trophies now.
Can I just say before we get on to
before we move on to trophies,
just on the authenticity of it, we talked about the film just now. Can you guys remember the bit in the film where Robocop walks around the police station getting people to sign a get well soon card? Because I fucking well cards, and I'll tell you what, that bit really pissed me off.
I loved that.
Pissed me off, that bit.
Spoiler!
Oh, Dave, you're so miserable.
I'm Robocop, and I'm walking around with a fucking card in my hand to getting people to sign it.
Because you know what? Because he's still
hilarious.
human, David. He's still human.
Hilarious.
And they even established the rule of you give it to the next person and they pass it on to the next. They even said that, didn't they? But then
they went, no, Robo, you take it.
Said, oh, actually, I can't do that. Can you take it? So like, what the fuck was that all about?
And what about when he was having to go on the desk and resolve issues?
On the other bit, he goes to see a bloke in the shower, and the bloke goes, "Oh, Robocop, can you go and get my towel for me?"
That's my towel.
I just laughed. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it.
Oh my
so
god,
funny.
no! I was like, come on, this is Robocop.
Yeah, but that was meant to be funny, Dave, and you were trying to be too
Robocop's
serious
taking
with
a
it.
get well soon card around the police station, get people to sign it.
But it was for
A
Lewis.
man in a shower.
It was for Lewis, who was
Get the bloke's towel for
in
it.
the hospital. His partner. Have you got no heart?
Oh, that was the bit I just thought, oh my god, this cannot be right.
I loved it for those bits. I was quite enjoying those bits in the game.
I enjoyed those bits just because I'm like, this is just random. I mean, yeah, it was random, but yeah, it was good. It was just good fun. So let's move on.
Did you have the game crash at all on you?
No.
No,
I did.
No,
okay. So before we move on to trophies, I had a couple of glitched trophies where they just weren't popping. Then I had to go back and reload those save points and get them to pop. It was just really weird. Like I had a whole gaming session about 3 hours where nothing popped at all, and then I had to, and it was just really weird. And there was the one trophy for the shooting range where you have to score 250, and I got 250, and it didn't pop. Then I did it again and got more than 250, and then I got it. So it was just like a couple of glitchy trophies. But apart from that, it was generally
I think
solid.
I had the game crash on me twice.
No, I never had a crash.
Hard crash. Yeah, and then send the report off to Sony or wherever it goes to. I can't even remember where it was in the game anyway. It was just like, oh. But in a way, I was half expecting it to. I wasn't even surprised that it did.
Yeah, it was fine. So how did we do?
Well.
Do
we go over to the tit to tell us?
Yeah, go on, Tit.
Because
you've been keeping a close eye on how we've been doing.
Absolutely. So I am in a position to talk about our trophy progress on Robocop. Just bear with me a second.
Blip, blop, bloop.
Blip, bloop, 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 bloop.
I mean, some of the trophies were just... Talk about that firing range one. I hated it, but when I got my auto augment, it was just like, oh, Done it in 3 seconds.
Easy.
That was it. Because I was there going, oh God, this is a nightmare to aim. How am I going to do this? I've got no idea. You know, it even took me ages. It took me ages to figure out. I didn't realise you could put chips in your gun. I didn't even know that for ages. It was just like, oh, is that what they are for? I figured it out.
You figured it out. I had, and then using the slow-mo thing on that was just like, so that, and I had a widespread shot.
Yeah.
So it just.
I bet you did.
Yeah, I did. Anyway.
So, I mean, those things on the buttons, like where you could slow time down and you could do that flash thing that stunned people. I didn't
use them.
I was probably 90% of the way through the game before I even realised they were there.
Yeah,
those things. I just didn't even use them at all.
Oh, and I don't know about you. Like when you knew they were there, I don't know about you, Duane. I kept on pushing them wrong, but when I wanted to punch somebody, I was slowing time. I don't know. It was just for some reason my head couldn't get round the button where the buttons were and stuff. So
that's right.
Okay,
that's all right.
There were a total of 28 trophies available for this game. That's including the platinum, which obviously you get for getting all the trophies. So I can reveal that all of us got the platinum for this game.
Well done, everybody.
Well done, everybody.
Well done.
Good work.
Which
Good
was, and we've previously, I'll just mention it again, we previously said the scoring system is 1 point for a bronze trophy, 2 points for a silver trophy, 3 points for a gold trophy, and then 20 points for the platinum. So that gave a grand total. So a maximum available points for this game was 69.
Nice.
There were misses. However, if you use one of the lifelines, which are consult a guide, ask a friend, or ask a community, for a particular trophy, which we can do for every trophy. We can use each one of those lifelines per game, can't we?
Yeah.
But you lose the points for that particular trophy. So I used a lifeline for this.
Oh, did you?
Which one for?
I used the lifeline for the trophy Good Eyes Murphy.
Oh, right, yes.
And I'll be honest with you, I cannot believe that you two didn't, because how you worked that out.
Because I'm an absolute OCD idiot. I literally I scour everything. And then when you load up the map, you can actually see where things... you can see stuff. So you just then go to, I haven't been there, so I go there. Then I'm just looking around.
With that one, that was the last one I got. Because I missed it on my first play. I got everything else on my first playthrough, and I reloaded the save for... Is it the steel mill it's in? Because it says it's in the steel mill, so I just then reloaded the save for that and just played that, just being very thorough.
It took me ages, and couldn't really work out where this one was, and it was where the train is.
Yeah.
You couldn't get into the train, and that's where it really confused me. And when I got into the train, I still couldn't find it. And I went, oh. It's here. It's got to be here. It's telling me it's here. I don't know where it is.
You have to move the train. So I couldn't work it out. Consulted a guide. It said move the train. Great. So reloaded the previous save. Went to the train. Pressed square to move the train. I'm thinking brilliant. Okay, because that was the last one I had to do. Let's get. No, actually, this was the penultimate one I had to do. Let's get this done. Engineering level 3 required. Fuck's sake.
I have to do stuff like that. I can't do games where I can't go through doors and I can't open safes. They're the first things that I unlock. I have to. My health and shield or power that goes like I have to go through. Or when you get speech things and where it helps you out, I need to max those out first. That's the way I play.
I go shield. I level up shield, which tells you everything you need to know about my gaming ability.
Damage.
That's the first thing I level up.
No, mine's like open safes, talk to people, get in rooms, figure out where things are on maps. That's
not dying or killing things quickly is my priority.
Yeah, not dying is mine. Yeah, how can I level up to take the most punishment possible? So anyway, so that cost me 2 points because that was a silver trophy.
I thought we was only taking 1 point off. I didn't know we were taking the actual trophy away. Oh,
No,
okay.
the whole trophy.
Yeah,
So
you
the
lose.
trophy,
Oh, I
but
didn't know that.
But it gets you the platinum. So
Right,
that's-
okay.
But it gets you the platinum,
Fair
so it's worth it.
Yeah. Have you got a particular trophy you enjoyed getting, Duane, or you hated getting?
No, everything kind of like flowed. I'm kind of glad you didn't have to do like because by the time we got to the end of the game, you realise actually there were like choices you made which affected outcomes at the end. And I'm kind of glad that there weren't trophies tied to those, because a second playthrough would have killed me. I don't think I could have played it again.
Oh, and I've got to admit, the first time you fight Ed, I hated it.
Yeah, the first
I found
Ed
it
to a
really. I
just
died
hid
about
behind
4
a box.
times, and I find it just monotonous.
I just
It was-
hid behind a box and a pillar and just kind of strafed.
Well,
the
that's
pillar.
what I ended up doing, yeah, and it was just like peeking out just one shot in the little.
and that was
the hitbox he had.
I mean, that was another thing, wasn't it? So to kill Ed 209, he's just got a rectangle in the front of his face, and you have to shoot
Yeah,
into that.
that was it.
There was no
Yeah.
inventiveness or anything between where that fight was there. It was just, in the film, he falls downstairs, doesn't he, or whatever. So he can't fall downstairs properly. They could have done more with that, I think, and they just didn't. It was just shoot him in that hitbox until he dies.
But I did like it though when you killed Ed and you end up going back to the police station, and when you're in the OCP labs in the police station, you got your cage, and if you look to the side, there's an Ed there with his
there was
an engine in his head, and it's an actual like V8 engine or something. I just thought that's really cool.
There was a PCB chip in that which you could pick up. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
there was.
picked
Yeah.
up.
There was a lot of stuff in the game that you could tell that the people that had made the game, I just think they didn't have enough. They didn't have loads of money to spend, did they? But they cared about the subject matter. They cared about the film. Lewis was there. The police chief was there. His likeness was there. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of stuff that, to be fair, they were true to the film on. So you've got to congratulate them for that.
Yeah, they did a good job. It was very authentic.
But the get well
I
soon
would not
card.
take that away.
Get well soon card.
It was brilliant.
I loved it.
Fucking
If
hell,
there's a
Dave, that was
sequel, I
brilliant.
think I'd get it.
Not sure.
I enjoyed this one.
I'm not sure I was.
And if there was DLC, maybe I'd type in. I've actually deleted the game off my PlayStation now
Yeah, same.
because I've done it now. I've not needed it, so it's gone. I mean, but I will happily put it back if I needed to. So I'm not really
because you're such a plat slut on your main profile, will you re-upload it and play the whole?
You know
game
what,
just for
mate?
the
I was
platinum for your
thinking.
main
I was
profile?
thinking.
I bet you would.
I was thinking.
I bet you would.
I was thinking, but I was thinking. Well, no, I'm not going to do it at the moment because I've just played it. But I was
Would you
thinking
do
about
that,
it. But then
Stu?
I think I would.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think I would. But
Plat
I
slut.
haven't done it though, have I?
Easy.
I haven't done anything like that. So, but no, my log ones do count because I'll just go. Well, I've just got 2 accounts and they're mine, and I've got platinum there and I've got platinum there. So, it is what it is. Dave, before we get into the thing, do you actually record of how long it's taken for us to get the platinum?
Well,
I was just
that-
about to bring that up.
Duane's
I was about
got
to bring
those
that up, because
numbers.
on
Right, because that's
So-
recorded on PSN Profiles,
so on
which
your
is
PSN
wonderful.
So on your PSN
Wonderful.
profile, you can look to see. So amazingly, Stu, to get the platinum, I'm assuming he finished playing at the moment he got the platinum, was 20 hours. So he got 20 hours out of this game. I was 17. An hour and a half, 2 hours of that was trying
That's
to get
not
that
bad.
last bloody
Yeah.
trophy in the bloody steel mill. So 17 for me. Dave managed to do it in 12. That's
Oh my-
impressive.
well done, Dave.
impressive.
I don't hang about, boys. I've got things to do.
No, that was
That's-
awesome. But I was
that's
really
impressive.
enjoying. I was just spending so
Yeah,
much
I was
time
just
looking
like,
at all nicks and crannies, and it was awesome. I was getting my money's worth out of that
you
game.
really were. You really were.
20 minutes of that 12 hours was getting people to sign a get well soon card. Just saying.
And I enjoyed every minute of it, Dave. Not my
And
fault that you're
fetching
miserable.
towels for naked guys in the shower. It was just
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Fixing
ridiculous.
fuses in fuse boards.
So at this point, and in future, this will probably be a little bit more interesting because we can then sort of talk about stuff which we might have missed or revisited. But because we've all platinumed Robocop, 2 of us, well, actually all 3 of us have moved on to the next game, which we'll talk about next month. But some of us have got a few more trophies under our belts than others. So Dave, how many trophies have you got for Infamous?
1.
So add that to your score, please.
My total point score. Do you want? We want the running total? Do we?
Yeah, for you.
For me, I'm on 68 points.
68 points. So that's the 69 minus 2 plus the 1 for the one you've got for Infamous.
Yes.
Stu, how many have you got for Infamous?
I believe there's 48 trophies.
There are 48.
Infamous. I have 40 of them.
You've got 40. And by my record, that's 1 gold, 9 silver, and 30 bronze.
He's got 51 points.
51 points.
Yeah.
For Infamous. Not that I wish to be like spoiler or anything, but I think he's fast approaching the platinum for this one. I'm just slightly behind. I've got 1 gold, 9 silver, and 27 bronze.
48 points you got, Duane. Yeah.
48 points. So I'm just nipping at your heels there, Stu. And I think I'll be hitting the platinum within the next couple of days on that one. Then, not that I wish to kind of get too far ahead, but then it's Returnal, which is Dave's choice. That should be fun.
Yeah, that's why I need 2 months.
That's why you need 2 months
to play it.
2 months to get through that hellhole. But it's an amazing game. Absolutely I'm really looking forward to getting onto that one. I might actually jump onto the next one as well and kind of like interchange between the two just for breaks from Returnal because it's pretty hard going. Which is, we're getting really far ahead now, Ratchet and Clank, but we'll talk more about that in the future. So, what's our overall scores, Dave?
So,
you first again?
Bringing up the rear is me, 68 points. Second place, Duane, 117 points. Christ, that's a
nice.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, though. Let's remember that.
That's right. So this is still early days. This is like nothing.
In the lead, by not very much,
barely,
is
barely.
Stu,
can I say
120 points. So Stu is the leader at the moment.
Excellent. Well, at least it's on record that I'm in lead once at least.
Yep,
and that is good.
Plat Slut is in the lead.
I already have this platinum anyway on my normal account.
Yeah,
so
same. It was the first one I got.
Technically,
we'll talk about
this might be my second platinum.
This is the first platinum I got on PlayStation.
Yeah, for my PS4, it was my first. No, I did have a. Was it a Killzone? That was it. Came with my PlayStation 4, but
I got
a
Knack
platinum with that.
With mine.
Oh, Knack! Oh God, that was awful.
But it's just what came bundled, and I pretty soon got Assassin's Creed.
I got Mad Max on my PS4. That's a brilliant game. Underrated.
I heard that was really good. I heard that was really good and underrated. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a conversation for another time. So that's where we stand. That's how the Trophy Quest scores are looking. Stu has taken an early lead. I'm nipping at his heels. And Dave is lagging.
I'm miles behind, but I will catch up because tough.
You will, as you say, it's a marathon. Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
it's a marathon. You are right.
Yeah, right. we got 2 pretty nasty ones on the cards. Yeah. I'm looking forward to both. Right, so Stuart, take us out.
Well, this is the housekeeping part, the really interesting bit, which nobody listens to and nobody cares.
I care.
So if you want to contact us, wherever, please engage with us on either Facebook. We have got a Twitter account and an Instagram account and an email, and you can simply find us by searching for TheLoggBox and that's 2 G's on any of these platforms. Apart from the email would be TheLoggBox@gmail.com. Send us an email, send us insults, send us spreadsheet ideas on how Dave can improve.
Oh, his spreadsheet's a thing of...
My spreadsheet
you can't improve. You are right, actually. So we also have a YouTube channel as well, The LoGBox, where we'll also post, as you know, if you have been listening or whatever, we'll post this. We may even try and make a video content as well, but we'll see how that goes.
I think you might stream something.
Well, that's the thing. We've not really streamed anything, have we?
No.
I think I was about to stream some Robocop, and then I backed off. I got a bit like...
I didn't think... I was going to, and I just kind of forgot to do it, really.
Yeah. Another thing with streaming as well is when you're trying to play the game, like for right, say maybe I should do it for Infamous, which I've nearly done, but Robocop, I wanted to play it
and
I
enjoy
didn't
it.
really want to be talking and making it interesting for other people. So it's like, no, it's a single player game, and I want to play it. So
That's fair.
then I don't have to wait. And if I keep on dying every 3 seconds, I'm not like, oh no, I'm terrible.
I'm shit at this.
And I could, well, I think that anyway, but I can do that in the privacy of my own home and not on the internet. So.
To be honest,
but-
we have we messed up because our listenership, viewership, whatever you want to call it, have missed out on watching Robocop walk around getting a get well soon card signed. Haven't they?
Dave,
I might just, you know what?
reload
When I
the,
replay this game.
reload the save and just
Yeah.
stream that bit.
Yeah.
Just
Or
reload
when
that save.
I
doing
play
that
the
again.
game again to put the platinum on my normal account, I'll do it for you, Dave.
Yeah,
at that
let
point.
people have a look at that because that that to be honest, that was a scene that
Prime
was
gaming.
It was missing from the film, in my opinion. That if they'd have included that, that would have made the film so much better.
Right then, so anyway, that's housekeeping anyway. So the simple thing is just anybody search the internet where for TheLoggBox with 2 G's and you'll find us. We're everywhere. So yeah, that's it. Duane, over to you.
Oh, that's us then. So we'll be doing Infamous Second Son next month. Dave's got a little bit of catching up to do on that one, but it's straightforward enough. I don't think you'll struggle too much with that.
You know what? I'm very looking forward to talking about that game as well.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
Positives and negatives, but I am very much looking forward to that game. So
definitely,
it's a good one. It's a good one.
So thanks for listening, and we will see you in a month. Thank you very much. Cheerio.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Woo, bye.
Play ball.
Finish him.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.